Okay. Good morning, guys. Can everybody see me okay? Thumbs up if you can. Yeah. Hear me okay? Yes? All right. So blanket and block today. What are we talking about? All right. As we go into this beautiful weekend, right? We have this sense of life kind of, life around us, like the birds and the bees have no care for what we're going through right now. Everything is still turning along in that sense. And I have found that there's been this little bit of for someone who practices living in the moment as much as I do, I'm a little like overly living in the moment right now, because there's no projection for future stuff. So it's been a learning lesson for myself, even as someone who constantly tries to live in the moment. Once you're forced to do it on a large scale, it can be a little unnerving. So what I would like to do today, because I'm usually like, where's your mind, where's your breath, right? Where's your big toe or second toe? So today I would like to kind of set into a little bit more of, rather than this continual focused attention on like things that are going on in the now moment, maybe a continual focused attention on how we feel in the moment, how the breath is moving through our lungs. So instead of being overly mindful today, if the brain decides to do its 2-year-old little, I'm going off on my own path, then kind of watch it for just a second and see, see where it's going. Like, is it getting in trouble? Do you need to bring it back? Or is it something that, you can kind of sit and enjoy with, right? And so today, I'm not going to do anything super fancy today, except remind you to really feel good in the posture. So the first thing that I'd like everybody to do is to come onto all fours. We need to warm up our spine so that we can start to prime our breath. So hands are underneath, shoulders, index fingers are at 12 o'clock, knees are underneath, hips, tops of the feet are down. On your exhale, you're going to round your spine like a Halloween cat, tucking your chin and your tailbone. As you inhale, you're going to drop your belly like a saddleback horse, turning the tailbone and face upward. On the exhale, you'll round, arcing the spine high. On the inhale, you'll drop the belly, turn the face and tailbone up. At any point, you want to become a little more organic. Move a little left and right, shift, use the spine like a jump rope, whatever it is that you need in this moment to start to feel the breath, start to prime the spine, start to engage with your body on sensation level rather than a mental level, rather than thinking about it, feeling about it. So you want to spread your fingers like starfish, and then it's almost kind of like you're massaging the mat. You want to make sure that you have like a little bit of grip in the mat. It makes the palms cup and the wrist stronger. At any point that you're ready, you can tuck your toes, shift your hips back, and then lift into your down dog. Feet are about 4 inches apart. You're going to pedal your feet, wag your tail, walk your dog. Twist the heels, twist the hips, whatever it is that allows you to start to wake up the spine. If you want to lift one leg, and then lifting the other. Whatever you do on one side, you want to do on the other. Hands are like, hello. So as you go into your practice, how does that feel? How does the breath feel this morning? How does the breath sound? How do the legs feel? And then when you're ready, you can either come to stillness and down dog and just hang out here. If you need a child's pose, you're gonna put your knees down so that they're supportive of the low ribs. Big toes are together. You're gonna sit back onto the heels as you slide your hands forward, resting your head somewhere between your hairline and your brow line if you're in down dog, child's pose. And so feeling the breath expand through the back ribs, the side ribs, the front of the chest. Feeling the exhale draw in the low belly, lengthen the low back as the tailbone drops between the heels a little more. The sides of the neck are long, the back of the neck is soft. On your next inhale, find your all fours, hands and knees. On your exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Go to your down dog once again. Taking the feet and slowly walking them towards the top of the mat. Once you arrive at the top of the mat, feet are about 4 inches apart, second toes are at 12 o'clock. You're gonna bend your knees deeply. Let the arms hang like zombie arms as you roll all the way up to standing. Once you arrive, finding your mountain pose. Laying the arms straight down along the sides, palms face forward. Legs are firm, but knees are not locked. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up, reach up, stretch up, look up. On your exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hands onto the mat as your face comes close to your legs. Bringing your hands onto your shins. Inhale, come halfway up, flatten your back, parallel to the earth. Exhale, hands plant down by your heels as you step back with the left foot to a low lunge. Utilize this breath to either set up your lunge, or if you're already set up, inhale, you can float your lunge so you're nice and strong from the back leg to the crown of the head. On your next exhale, hands go down and step back to your down dog, sides of the waist become long. On your inhale, float to your plank position, push-up position. If you'd like to drop to your knees, do so. Exhale, elbows come in along the sides, little T-Rex arms, halfway down, tops of the feet down. Inhale, up dog, lift those thighs, gaze up if your neck is long. On your exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Inhale, left foot goes to sky, reach it up, stretch it up. Exhale as left foot steps up by left thumb. Now, if it doesn't make it all the way up to lunge, grab it with the left hand, pull it up using that inhale to set up the pose. If you're already there, you can float. On your next exhale, step to the top of the mat, fold into your legs, plant the hands onto the earth. Bring your hands onto your shins. Inhale, come halfway up, slender out the waist, extend through the sides of the neck. Exhale, forward fold again, face to shins. Inhale comes all the way up, riding the breath all the way to the top as the hands reach up, look up. Go right back into it. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hands down onto the mat, face to legs. Hands to shins, inhale, halfway up, Betty Boop, a little honey, a little chest. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps back, low lunge. Either set the lunge up, or in that inhale, you can float if you have balance and you're aligned. Hands down, step back to your down dog, steps are high. Inhale, floats to your plank, your push-up position. Drop to your knees if you would like. Exhale, heart comes forward, elbows are in, halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, tops of the feet, heart goes high. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Inhale, right foot reaches to the ceiling, stretch it up. On your exhale, you step the foot through. You either set it up on the inhale, or if you're already aligned and balanced, you can float on your inhale. On your next exhale, hands go down, step to the top of the mat, and forward fold again. Hands to shins, inhale, halfway up, Betty Boop. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ride that breath all the way up. Come up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, swan dive. Do it again. Picking up the pace as you forward fold. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, Betty Boop. Exhale, hands down, left foot steps back, low lunge. Inhale, float if it's in your practice. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, floats to plank pose, push up, drop to your knees if you would like. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot to ceiling, inhale. Exhale, left foot to low lunge. Inhale, float or set up. Exhale, back foot comes in, forward fold. Hands to shins, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold again. Hands at shins, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, right foot back, low lunge. Inhale, floating low lunge. Exhale, hands down, down dog. Inhale, floats to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot high, inhale. Exhale, right foot, steps, low lunge. Inhale, float. Exhale, hands down, step forward and fold. Hands to shins, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reach up. This time, hands come to the sides, mountain pose. Bring your big toes together if not already. Inhale, chair pose, sit back. Sweep those arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands down, hips up. Inhale, left halfway, find your Betty Boop. You can leave the fingertips down if you'd like. Step or hop back with bent elbows to chaturanga. So if you step back, your elbows are already bending, you're already lowering. Inhale, you come to your up dog. Exhale, go to your down dog, 5 breaths. Inhale, 1. How does the breath feel? Inhale, 2. Where are you moving the breath in your body? 3. Inhale, 4. Bend the knees, look towards the top of the mat. On the end of the exhale, step or hop right into your Betty Boop. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Mountain pose, exhale, standing tall. Wonderful. Big toes together if they're not already. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Plant your knuckles at the base of your fingers firmly down into the mat. 3. 4. Bend your knees, look towards the top of the mat. Step, jump, or float on your exhale. And fold. Chair pose, inhale. Mountain pose, exhale. Standing tall, wonderful. All right, so let's use that to get back through our practice. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Wonderful. All right, let's go ahead and inhale our left leg high. Reach it up, stretch it up. Spin the hip open, stacking the left hip over the right so that you can bend the left knee and drop the left foot behind your right butt cheek. Do a couple circles with the foot and the ankle
clockwise and counterclockwise. And then you're going to bring that left knee up to left tricep and hold. So it's like you're in a little grasshopper, right? Hold it up there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and step. Spin the back heel down. Toes are pointed towards the right top corner of your mat. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, arms in one direction. So I've got a powerful straight back leg. My front knee is bent. My chest is towards the top of my mat, but my back hip might not. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, take those biceps behind the ears. Inhale, 1, 2, where's your mind? Where's your breath? How does it feel? 3. Neck is long, shoulders are not earrings. 4. And inhale, neutralize the spine, hands to hips. Get ready to come to balance. So feel the transition of weight into the left foot. Lift the right heel. You're going to bring this right leg forward like you're stepping up onto a big box. Holding here. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. 3. 4. And 5. Go ahead and release that foot down, finding your mountain pose. At the top of the mat, big toes are touching. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left halfway. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. All right, right knee comes to right tricep, plank, hold. Or 4, smile, it releases dopamine. 3, 2, and 1. Step by your right thumb, spin your left heel down, point your left toes to the top left corner of the mat. Virabhadrasana 1. Feet are on train tracks, not a tightrope. Interlace the fingers, so you always have a set of fingers that you do number 1. Make them number 2, it'll feel weird. Then flip the palms. Inhale, 1. Biceps behind the ears, heart moving to the sky, 2. 3. 4. Inhale, 5, neutralizes the spine. Exhale, 5, hands to hips. Root through that front foot, lift that back heel, giddy up, bring that left foot forward, hands are onto waist, low belly is nice and taut. Inhale, 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5, release the foot down, big toes together, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifts halfway. Step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, bring left knee to left tricep, plank. And then stay in your plank and see if you can bring the knee to the right tricep. Now, if you need to drop the right knee down to do so, do that. So left tricep, right tricep, left tricep, right tricep, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, hold, and then step. Wonderful. Put that back foot down, nice strong core. Inhale, come up. Virabhadrasana 1, once again. Interlacing the fingers, flipping the palms, deepening the bend in the front knee, opening the heart. Look up. Inhale, 1.
How does your body feel? Is your back leg feeling strong? How does your breath feel? Does it feel like it's still moving? Wonderful. Neutralize the spine. Hands onto hips. Remember, this back foot's coming forward like you stepped onto a giant box. We're going to hold here. Now, we're going to take this right leg, cross it like you're a lady in a chair. Sit down, eagle legs, reach the arms up. And release. Shake it off. Tibetan drum. So loosening up the hips, loosening up the breath, turning the heater off. I've been doing hot yoga in this house since I started. All right. So we're going to go back through and go through the other side. All right, here we go. One hit, here it goes. Big toes together, inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Up, dog. Exhale, down, dog. I'm going to float the right leg high. Exhale, right foot comes to right tricep plank. And then tap it over. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and then step, spin the back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Odd interlace. Flip those palms, biceps behind the ears. Long line from back heel out through the crown of your head. Moving the breath. Neutralize the spine on your inhale, hands to hips on your exhale. Giddy up, back leg comes forward, stepping onto a big box, hold. Cross left over right, sit in the chair, sweep those arms up. Eagle legs, arms up. Those of you who want to bind, you're more than welcome to. And release. Tibetan drum. And you have birds outside like I do, maybe laying their little echoes. Circle in the background of your ears. Big toes together. Inhale, chair. Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step or hop back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Wonderful. Adding on. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale as left knee comes to left tricep. This time, we're going to drop it up and down. So you can either hold this or drop the knee down to the wrist and then bring it back to armpit. Wrist, armpit, wrist, armpit, wrist, armpit, wrist, armpit. Spread your fingers, lift it up, step through, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one, inhale, come up. Interlace those fingers, flip the palms, find your upper back bend, find your straight back leg. Come neutral with your next inhale. Hands onto hips. Back leg comes up.
crossing the right over the left like you're a lady in a mini skirt, right? Take those arms up. Interlace the fingers, Charlie's Angels fingers, right? And then bring your hands to your heart. Unbraid your legs. Come out over that front leg as you come into Virabhadrasana 3. Inhale, come back up. Ah, stand. Shake it out. Two sides, not my fault. Take it up with the creator. All right, big toes together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step or hop back. Inhale up. Exhale back down. Inhale, right leg high. And then bring that right knee to right tricep in your plank position. Let it slide down the arm. Come back up to the armpit. Down, up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step. Back heel spins down. Virabhadrasana 1. Odd interlace. Take that back bend. Rooting through the feet. So your feet are not only stretching your mat, they're also squeezing it together. So much so that your feet end up pressing straight down. So that if you can feel your feet mingling with the mat a little more. Utilize your next inhale to come neutral. Hands to hips. Giddy up, back knee comes up. Awesome. From here, cross, lady in a chair. Take those Charlie's Angels fingers. Where's your mind? Where's your breath? Do you feel like you're pushing the floor away or that you're sitting lower? All right, where can you go with this? And now bring those hands to prayer. Lift that top leg off. Pivot, hinging at the hip. Come over the front leg, warrior 3. Shoulders are away from your ears. Back or down. And on your next inhale, come up, shake that off. Yay. All right. So make sure you have your blanket close to the ability to roll up the top of your mat. Let me go ahead and pre-apologize to all of you guys who wear shoes all the time. I'm kind of sorry, but not sorry. All right, so just make sure your blanket is at the top of the mat. For those of you who like little padding for your knees, we're gonna do some knee down stuff, but we gotta get down there, right? So we're gonna start off with palm trees. Some people, you have knee issues, so you can't drop to toe balance. So let me show you what we're gonna do, and then you can decide for your knees where do you want to stop, right? So we'll start off with big toes together, arms are along the sides. So we'll take that palm tree, I describe it as like wide world of sports. Remember when Howard Cosell was like doing wide world of sports on Saturday and that ski lifter went off, right? So heels are up, I'm nice and long, whole body is moving forward. Then I'm gonna switch to serving a platter. Knees are together and I'm gonna slide down this imaginary wall. My goal here is to keep the heels lifted and to sit onto the heels. But some of you, just your knees are not going to cooperate with that. So you'll stay up here, right?
Eventually, we're going to drop our knees down. We're going to have our toes tucked under, and we're going to sit back onto your heels. Yeah, I know. I can't see your faces, but I know what your faces are doing right now. You'll be okay. All right, so standing tall. I know. This will keep your feet happy in sandals. I promise. All right. So big toes are together. Arms are along the sides. Take those arms and start to kind of wing it back, you know, like you're on Titanic right now. And then lift those heels up. So my legs are squeezing to the center line. My heels are lifting because I'm pressing the floor away. Not that I'm thinking that I have heels on, right? No stilettos. Push the floor away, right? For 4 more. High on those heels. 3, 2. And now serve your platter. Squeeze the knees together. Keep the heels lifted for as long as you can so that you slowly slide down that imaginary wall until you're all the way down. Now, if this isn't your deal, stop somewhere along the way for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everybody come with me. Knees are down. Knees are 4 inches apart. So are feet, but toes are tucked under. Even the little piggies. Now, some of you will have to put your hands down on the floor to sit back onto your heels, just simply because your feet and knees are going to talk to you. Those of you who can come with me and just sit back onto the heels, smile. It releases dopamine. And so sitting tall, feet are tucked under. Even the little pinky toes. All right. So usually I tell you a story right now to distract you, but I'm out of stories, so here we are. In through the nose, out through the nose. Wonderful. Go ahead and come forward onto your hands, shiatsu those feet. All right. So this time we're going to come up, we're going to tuck our toes under, we're going to leave our knees down, but we're coming into camel. So I'm going to turn to you so that you can now see where we're going a little bit. All right, so we're going to do upper back bending first. So that means that I am really taking everything from the navel up, and that's what's going to really open up. So you can either do fists or fingertips up on your low back. So take your hands behind you. You're going to take your elbows and do that little reverse shoulder shrug. So you're trying to hide your elbows behind you. Knees are not coming together, but they're magnetized, so the energy is going inward, right? So inward and down with the knees, long side body. Take your camel. Now, taking that upper back bend is really using the feet and the knees to push the heart upward. If you can maintain that and drop both hands simultaneously to your heels, which means at the same time, you may do so. Inhale 1. Loki. With being a jerk. Inhale 2. 3. 4. And inhale 5 comes up. Take the feet, sit back down on them again. I know, I can feel it coming through the video right now. Wonderful. Come forward, shiatsu those feet. So this time, hi Loki. Look guys, Loki came to join us. Okay. Yoga at home. Y'all miss Loki though, I know. All right, so now we're doing camel with feet down, and my prop is going to be my dog. So I'm trying not to shoot my hips further than my dog is right now. Welcome to yoga at home. So fingers are up. This time the tops of your feet or your shoelaces are down behind you instead of tucked toes. Fingertips are up or fists are into the back. From here, I am pressing the knees down to lift the heart up. Once I have that going, I can stretch the head back. Those of you who can drop your hands
to your feet simultaneously, may do so. Try not to throw your head back first. So think about, keep the head neutral. Get the reverse shoulder shrug, then the chest will open up. If you take your head back too quickly, it locks your shoulders forward. For 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. This time, if you have the ability, you might need the block to sit on in between your heels, but if you can sit down with your feet flat onto the floor, then, and sit onto your heels, that would be wonderful. Yes. All right. So just let those tops of the feet open up. Maybe take your hands and layer the left hand into the palm of the right, maybe even close the eyes for a moment. If this is hurting your knees for any reason, then you can prop up higher on your bolster or on your blocks. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and come up. You're going to come onto your bum, swivel those feet out in front of you, get your dog off your blanket, and yeah, go over here. I'm trying to do this. It's not cooperating today. He misses you guys. He's like, I have no cloths. She won't lay down and let me get my cloths. Hey, can you go somewhere? So you're going to get your blanket or your towel or whatever you have, and you're going to roll it up. We're going to do a passive hip opener first, because why not, right? So basically, what you guys have done this with me before. If you haven't, when I lay down onto the this roll, so it's like a Moe's burrito, right? You know, it's a good thick roll. I'm going to make sure that like kind of the flesh of my bone gets tucked, and then I feel like I'm pulling and lengthening my spine. So when I stretch the legs out, I feel this pretty deep opening inside the pelvis and in the deep inner hips. So the low back should feel like it's kind of dropping towards the earth. These top hip bones should feel like they're rolling back and down towards your belly, and the pubic bone and tailbone should feel like they're kind of angling upward. And if you need to scooch a little more, my glutes and tailbone are pretty much propped by this blanket. This is not on my low back. My low back is kind of free willy right now. And so we're just going to stay here with the legs extended straight for a moment. Maybe lay the hands onto the low belly, and you can feel the rise and the fall of the breath. Wonderful. Bring those feet in, and we're going to take the right leg to the sky, straight up. We're going to take the left leg and hover it on the floor, right, above the floor. So holding here. Now taking the hands on those low bellies, Suck your belly button away from your palms. So pull your belly button into your spine. Should almost make your hips feel like they pivot and tilt a little bit. Now we're going to do slow motion switching. So I'm bringing my left leg up at the same time that my right leg is dropping, and we're doing a 4 count here. Slower than that, Karen. All right, here we go. Switching for 4, 3, 2 should meet around the middle, and 1 should start to open up. Ready? Here we go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull that navel back, skinny out the way. Switching for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 more each side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. 4, 3, 2. Suck your belly button in. And 1. 1 more each side. 4, 3. Stretch those legs out. 2. And 1 last one. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here for a second. And then bring both knees into your chest. This should let your pelvis tilt, and it should feel like a really kind of relaxed child's pose. It should feel like your knees are dropping towards your chest. Try to keep the feet side by side, the legs side by side, rather than crossing at the ankles. Squeeze the legs together by kind of doing an arm bar, you know, where you grab a hold of your wrist and then squeeze your arms inward so that it squeezes your legs together. And then you can bring that into your hips as you draw the shoulders back towards your towards the mat. Lengthen the back of the neck, soften the jaw. Wonderful. From here, we're going to put the feet down again. We're going to make sure that the feet are lined up with thigh bones, no wider, don't go wider than your hips. You're going to press the feet down to lift the hips up, slide that blanket out from underneath you, but keep the hips up in our bridge. You may find, if you wish, by shimmying the shoulders underneath you, braiding the fingers as the palms come together. Push the floor away with your feet. Push the floor away with your shoulders and the back of your upper arms. Feel like your feet are trying to pull you towards the tail of your mat. The shoulders are trying to pull you towards the head of your mat. A little tug of war with the shoulders and the feet. And release. Allow the spine to ripple down 1 vertebrae at a time as the low back comes onto the floor. Just find a happy baby here. So take the legs wide, rock and roll left and right, rolling the kidneys out, rolling the low back out. And so as you rock back and forth, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. How does your back and your lower back and neck and really body on the whole feel, right? Do you feel good? Do you have any tender spaces? Do you have any numb spaces? Just give yourself a little bodily scan. And so today we're going to do happy baby on the back. We kind of prepped it with our balance pose earlier, but we're going to go a little deeper now. You're going to cross the right leg over the left, really close at the top of the thigh. Bend the knees. Take the hands and grab the outer shin and calf, right? So that might be you. You might just be pulling that aspect toward your sternum. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you slide the hands just down to above that round ankle bone so that you're still holding on to the lower leg itself. And you're going to start to pull into you and the earth so that you can feel that nice stretch in that outer right hip, maybe some length coming down the sides of your body as well. Take a deep inhale in and retain the breath for as long as you can without stress or force. So you're gonna feel the breath rise all the way up to about the collarbones. Hold the breath there, just kind of swim in between the breath. And then the exhale is gonna allow you to bring the legs a little closer to you or just feel better in the posture. So we're moving towards a deeper ujjayi breath. You should still be able to hear the sound of the breath in the background, but now we're moving away from that cadence, that strong breath that we were doing throughout class, and now we're trying to hold and stretch our breath out a little longer. Wonderful. Go ahead and put those feet down nice and wide, maybe wider than your hips. And windshield wiper the knees left and right. And so we're going to do the same thing on the other side, crossing the other leg over. So left over right this time. Notice one side likes you more than the other. So as you grab somewhere along the shin or the ankle, you start to pull the inner thighs towards your belly and your sternum. The breath starts to stretch out deeper and deeper each round. You might begin to notice that the pause between the breath has become longer. You might notice that the sensation of the stretch becomes more and more mellow as you deepen the breath, as you hold the breath a little longer. Wonderful. Go ahead and release those feet. Go into your windshield wiper again. So from here, we're going to take the hands behind the knees and we're going to rock and roll head to toe several times. If that feels good, sometimes that doesn't feel good on your back. It depends what type of flooring and kind of mat you have. So go ahead and roll up for me for just a second. What I would like to do is do a little bit of a hamstring stretch, but if you have your blanket, I want you to take your blanket and do not a Moe's burrito any longer, right? So what we want to do is maybe like a trifold, so it's kind of like a big omelet. I'm hungry, right? So just how it goes. All the food references. So I'm putting this behind my knees. So it keeps a little flexion in my knees. If you need to sit up onto a bolster as well, you just make the You just make the roll behind your knees a little higher, right? So that it, basically what I'm keeping it from doing is locking out your knees. So you can sit up onto a bolster like this, or like this, or you can sit up onto a block if that works. Either way, I want you to feel as though your back is flat. That's the goal here, right? So remove the junk out of the trunk. It's a real thing. This, right? And so if the blanket doesn't support your knee staying up on the bolster, you can even put a block behind the knees and then the blanket under that. So, you know, blankets are multiple. So what I want you to do, yeah, because you'll need a little cushion. I want you to press the backs of your legs down so that your heels fly up, right? One's higher than the other. Yeah. All right, so from here, can you reach forward towards the outer legs and keep those heels up and come towards a flat back forward? Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? I know, right? If you can get your toes, that's even better, right? For 4 more. Nice, active, active, active. Lift, lift, lift. Press the legs down to lift them up. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Relax them and now come forward. Little active, facilitated stretching. So we go really, really active. Now we can go really, really passive. So the breath is moving from that deep ujjayi breath that makes that snoring or that oceanic sound in the background to the breath that we've been doing. It's smooth and kind of supple. There's a gentle pause before the exhale comes, and the exhale should start to double in length if you have the ability to do so. So if your inhale is a count of 4, you want to pause for around a count of 4, and then maybe even stretch that exhale out to almost a count of 8 or more. Wonderful. Go ahead and come up. All right, so we're now taking this blanket and moving into our heart opener, and this will be the last posture before we go into our shavasana. So everybody has a different size for your heart openers. I can handle a fairly aggressive one. That's up to you. So basically, this is going to go behind my heart. So if you see my scapula, my shoulder blades, when my shoulders are relaxed out of my ears, they come to arrive out here, and here's about where my sports bra is. That's where this bolster or blanket is going to be. So when I lay back, it allows the top of my shoulder heads to roll down and not go into my ears. So I should feel nice and long. The back of the neck is long. Head is on the earth. If the head is not on the earth, or the head's dropping back and you're doing this, like you're crunching in the back of your neck, 2 things. Your roll might be too big, or it's too high. So your arms should be above the roll. Yeah. And you should be able to feel like your head and your shoulders are dropping or cascading over the top of that blanket towards the earth. So it should feel like a reverse shoulder shrug, not like shoulders to ears. And so here we're going to stretch out the breath even more. So I'd like you to exhale all of your air out. And then you're going to inhale about 1/3 of your lung capacity, just 1/3 of a breath right there into the low belly. And you're going to pause for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the next part of the breath up to those low lungs. Pause there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the breath all the way up to the collarbones now, but not into the throat. Hold there for as long as you can, and then smoothly, softly let that exhale go.
Now stay at the bottom of that exhale for a moment. And then we'll start the breath into the low belly, about a third of what you can do in a single breath. Pause. And then take another third to your breath. Pause. Now take a full breath right up to the collarbones. And when you're ready, after you've held it as long as you can without stress or force, you let it go. So do several more rounds of this right here. Just become focused on that breath, on that movement. Now you're more than welcome to stay here for a couple more breaths, or even through the remainder of this session in which we're going into meditation. So if you want to lay flat onto your back, if you want to cover with a blanket, if there's any little extra movements you feel like you need to do, this is your time to come out of that position and meander into a Shavasana. But if you're fine here, this is a wonderful position to stay in. Just make sure that you feel relaxed and as though you can kind of give way to the mat as I lead you through a little bit of a meditation this morning. So I'll give you a moment to set up. So now that you've settled in, let's just kind of take stock of how the body feels. And so as you lay here, I'm going to guide you through different parts of the body. Don't wiggle or fidget and try to feel them in that way. Remember, we're trying to have an experience rather than like a mental tether. So as you breathe here, just maybe feel the soles of your feet. Any little sensations you might have, like little pin pricklies, you might have not a lot of sensation. You might be able to feel even the blood flowing through your feet. What is it that you have awareness of? And any awareness in the tops of your feet or the toes. Any sensations there. Any sensations in the ankles. Any feelings or awareness in the shins and calves. Any
feelings in the knees. Thigh. Hips and the low belly. Sensations in the sides of the waist. Left lung. The right lung. Sensations around the heart. And the shoulders. The arms. The hands. Feeling your face and your jaw. Your eyes and your temples. Crown of your head. I ask that you stay in meditation for as long as you can today. Absorb these moments. Namaste.